Good morning. Welcome to a core-focused online fitness class. I'm Josh, for those of you who don't know me, with PSP, and we're into fitness and sports here at CFB Halifax Dockyard. Go grab your water, cue up your music, get it in balance with the audio here on the video, and the only equipment you need is a mat. Okay, so grab a mat. While I read you the disclaimer, maybe just turn it up a bit so you can still hear. So in response to COVID-19, PSP is offering virtual fitness to CAF members. By using social media platforms, the virtual fitness classes tailored to Canadian Armed Forces personnel becomes accessible to all. Participants who are not CAF members recognize and acknowledge that their age, health status, and physical fitness level are unknown, and it is entirely up to each individual to assess their ability to participate in this class. Since it is preferable to consult your physician before beginning any exercise program, we invite all participants who are not CAF members to consult the Get Active Questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference document. If you experience any pain or difficulty during the exercises presented in this video, it is recommended that you stop, consult a healthcare provider. If CAF members sustain an injury during this workout, please remember to fill out your CF98 injury report form. Okay, so hopefully everyone's got their mat out and you've got your water nearby. So what are we going to do today? We're going to slow things down yet again and focus on just some core activation exercises. We're going to go through a handful of different options, and we're going to do that 3 times. Just because I say something doesn't mean you have to do it if it's not right for you, okay? I try to kind of reinforce that idea, but if I say 3 rounds, if you're done at 2, that's fine. You can tap out at 2, I understand. Just make sure you do a full body stretch, or wait till the video's over, fast forward to the stretching section and do it with me if you like. Also, when I'm making time suggestions for planks or rep ideas when we're doing isotonic work, you can do a little bit less than what I'm recommending. I'm going to give you a bit of a range. Okay, so for example, actually let's just go ahead and go through the demos and I'll explain the rep ranges. We already know 2 or 3 sets. Okay, so we're going to get into a front plank, and it's a little bit of a debatable item. Watch the form here. So, some people would argue that we don't want to have a completely straight body, okay? One thing that everyone agrees on is we don't want any sagging or concave action going on at the spine. So you definitely don't want your pelvis sinking in here. It's putting a lot of strain on your back. Okay? So neutral is better. And shoulders forward, if we push those shoulders forward a little bit in the plank, it's going to engage your serratus anterior more. Right? It's the same muscles. They call that the boxer's muscle. When you hit the heavy bag, the shoulder comes forward. It activates those 3 little muscles, the serratus anterior here, just on the lateral aspect of your chest before your armpit. Okay, the other way to do it is similar to a hollow body hold, where you kind of round things a little bit. Okay, I'm going to take a medium approach and say not exactly flat, but a little bit of shoulders forward and a little bit of mid and upper back curvature. Somewhere in there, chin tucked. You can do this at the knees. You can do it at the toes. Either way, we're going to pull the elbows to the knees and the knees to the elbows. Okay, creating that internal tension here. We're not going to go crazy. We're going to do a handful of things 2 or 3 times at a moderate, appropriate intensity level. So the front plank, I'm going to recommend 30 or 40 seconds. Okay, I'm going to be timing it. I'll probably go to 40. But if you get a tap out when your form's waning, then that's exactly what I want. Side plank. When we get into a side plank, we're going to have the knees together as the first option. Okay, And in this case, same thing, you don't want any sagging. So we'll go, basically I think on this one here, we're gonna go neutral spine and possibly a little bit extra just to fire up the core a little bit more. Roll those shoulders back and try to set the neck. We don't want any turkey necking or poking the chin forward. So try to keep it back, shoulders down and back, and the head neutral, spine neutral. Okay, the option here is you can also, if you want, stack your feet like this and do your plank the full length of the body. An option, if this is wobbly, take the top foot and step it forward. Okay, either way, we're going to do a version or a modification of the side plank for 20 or 30 seconds. Okay, glute bridge. Another decent core exercise. Lying on the back, we're just going to have the palms down on the ground, legs at 90 degrees. We're going to breathe in, exhale. We're going to squeeze our glutes nice and tight, making a nice straight line here with the body. And if you find that your hamstrings are locking up, drink a little bit more water for one, and take some of the tension out, or the intensity out of the exercise. We're going to do that one there. We should be able to be fine with 10 reps, let's say 8 to 10 reps. Okay, another one, a moving exercise, or where there's lengthening and shortening, that's called an isotonic exercise. We're going to use the bird dog crunch for the anterior or front of the body. So starting in a tabletop position with the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, we're going to breathe in and extend one arm and the opposite leg out. Again, we don't want any concave action at the spine. You want to keep that spine neutral. So yes, we're going to extend at the hip, but not to sacrifice the integrity of that neutral spine. Stay here, breathe in, exhale, elbow to the knee. And because we're going across the body, elbow to the knee, we're getting a little bit of external oblique action happening. Keep in mind when we're holding that side plank, it's an anti-flexion exercise which challenges the internal obliques. So basically 5 things to do a well-rounded approach to core training. Bird dog crunch, we're going to go 5 to 7 reps per side. Okay, so again, there's options to keep it reasonable. 2 to 3 rounds total. Last thing is a bit of a functional idea. So you're on your back and you need to get up. The nature of an MMA setup, okay? So for this, we're going to have the feet together, okay? And we're using a little bit of power, okay? We're not gonna finesse it and go real tight technique, as in slow and controlled. We're going to brace nice and strong to get ready for it, but open up at the shoulder and come up here with a nice tight core. If that's an issue, then just have your feet flat on the ground like this, legs at 90, and you will just do a slow and controlled tight crunch with the chin slightly tucked. Or the other option, keep the neck straight and just shoot straight up. So the one where you're just keeping the neck straight and going up, if you have any neck or back issues, I'm going to recommend that one, even one further step back from the floor crunch. Okay, and the MMA setups will also recommend 8 to 10 reps. Okay, so front plank 30 to 40, side plank 20-30, glute bridge 8 to 10 reps, bird dog crunch 5 to 7 reps per side, and MMA sit-ups 8 to 10 reps. Okay, what we're going to do now is get into a warm-up. It's not going to be too crazy, but we'll get on the toes like so. We're going to make sure we focus on mostly getting that core nice and warm. Good morning, trainer. Think of this as a nice contrast to the stuff we've been doing. Okay, left to right. Also, it's the other stuff in and around class. Drinking your water. Before this, I was doing some pre-warm-up just to get into it. Back to center. And we'll get the heels up a bit. Okay, and the knees up a bit. Okay, that's good. Open it up into a squat position. We're just going to do a few squats, similar to getting ready for a yoga class. Tighten up the core, shoulders down and back. Breathe in, hands can come forward. Find a comfortable depth. Exhale, stand up. Squeeze the glutes, retract the shoulders. We're just warming up the core temperature. Another 5. Last 2. Okay, great. Grab a sip of water before we get into the front plank. Round 1, first exercise of 5. Okay, everyone's ready? Let's get in position, pick a modification for front plank, get ready, aiming for 30 to 40 seconds, and go. Again, no sagging, legs are straight, quads are tight. So you have global tension through the whole position. Shoulders are forward. And that's 30 seconds, 10 seconds. Three. Time. Okay. This is going to wake us up, and it's going to keep building on all that good postural stuff we're developing, our strong cores, and how that gives us more energy and strength for the regular part of the day. Set it up, side plank, elbow into the shoulder. Ready, set, go. So we're actively resisting spinal flexion. So anti-flexion using the internal obliques, cores in and tight using the transverse abdominis. That's 20 seconds, 10 more if you want to max it out. 5, 2, 1, time, coming out, and we'll shift it over. Okay, ready, set, go, other side, same idea. This is the medicine, right? Let's keep it up, neutral neck. That's 20 seconds, last 10. Three. Time. Okay, then now that we're all fired up, let's lie on the back. It's a little bit of a break, and now we're getting to some movement or some isotonic work. Okay, and 8 to 10 reps. Legs at 90, feet close to the hips. Hands down to start. Ready, set, go. So yeah, we're going reps. That's 2, squeezing the glutes. Getting those hips nice and warm. Belly button's in and tight with the squeeze of the glutes. 6. 5. Last two. Good, coming out of that into your tabletop position, setting up for bird dog crunch. And again, 5 to 7 reps per side. Finishing with MMA sit-ups, and we'll take a break for water, okay? That's the way it's gonna be, 2 or 3 rounds and a good stretch after. Okay, so hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Ready? Breathe in. One arm out, opposite leg. Keep that spine neutral. Breathe in. Exhale, elbow to knee. Nice squeeze. Inhale, back out. Three. Chin slightly tucked. 4. 5. Last 2 big squeezes. Good. Let's go back to tabletop so you're neutral. And get set. Breathe in. Exhale. Other side comes out. Stay there. Breathe in. Exhale. Bring it in. 1. Inhale. Come out. Watch that spine. Bring it in. 2. Last 2. Good. One more, and it's rep-based, 8 to 10 MMA sit-ups. So your feet are touching each other, bottoms of your feet, and that's to represent being in the bottom position with your legs wrapped around the opponent. Okay, ready, set, go. Again, big squeeze at the top, control it on the way down. 2, 3, 4, halfway, 7. That's 8. Last 2. Good. Let's take maybe a minute rest here, and we'll get back into round 2. So round 1, that felt like a decent amount, but we're gonna rest, we're gonna sip the water, we'll take our time, and we'll go smoothly through at a 70 to 80% clip of what we're capable of, right? It's good cross training. If we tighten up this core, wait a day, and then do some heavy lifting, like you're deadlifting in that, you'll notice a big difference with your core activation and the weights you're able to lift in really good form. There's lots of ways to do things, this is just one of them. Okay, that's about a minute rest right there. Let's go right back in, okay? We're gonna go at about that pace, maybe take a little longer rest before the last round, but I wanna have a good amount of time to stretch, and here we go. Ready, set, go. Again, legs are tight, quads are tight, legs straight, shoulders pushed forward. Elbows are in pretty tight. Tension from the elbows to feet and vice versa, or the knees. "30 seconds. Last 5. time. Okay, it really feels good when you turn it on 100%. Getting set for side plank. It's actually an air-conditioned room in here, and I'm sweating. Here we go. Side plank, 20-30 seconds. Ready? Go. That's 20. 5, 2, 1, time. Come out, switch over to the other side. Ready, set, go. That's 20 seconds. Keep going if you're going for 30. 2, 1, time. Whew, that's the hard part for me. Glute bridge, here we go. Set it up on your back. Feet at 90, palms on the ground. 8 to 10 reps. Ready, breathe in. Exhale, squeeze the glutes. Core's in and tight. 4, 6, 2. 1 more. Come out. Flip it over. And again, 5 to 7 reps per side. Bird dog crunch. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Your width is about as wide as the edge of your body. Maybe just inside. Breathe in. Exhale, come on out. Neutral spine. Stay tight, breathe in. Exhale, elbow to knee. 1. Breathe in. 2. 4. Last 2. Good, and back to tabletop. You can make this harder, right, by just turning up the dial on your own voluntary contraction. Ready, breathe in. Other side, exhale, go. Stay there, inhale. Exhale, bring it in. 1. 4. Last 2. Good, last one for the second round. Some of you might be like, that's enough for me, that's okay. Just make sure you do your own stretch or fast forward later when the video comes out. Legs at bottoms of your feet together, MMA sit-ups, 8 to 10 reps. Ready, set, go. You want to explode enough to get over the sticking point. Keep it tight. 3, and control it on the way back. 4. 7. 8, 2 more. Guaranteed to make a difference. Grab some water. We'll rest for 90 seconds. So yeah, so just remember, if we're working this hard, that you want to fuel the body with choice, selections. You know what I mean? Like get that romaine into you, that kale mix, fresh carrots, beets, grape tomatoes, cucumber, right? Broccoli sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, all that good stuff. Balsamic vinaigrette dressings made from scratch versus the ones on the shelf with all the preservatives. Lots of water, possibly a little squeeze of lemon. Less coffee, more herbal tea, more sleep. Okay, we got 20 seconds. We'll go back into round 3. Some of us are done, some of us are gonna push on. We'll get that done and we will have another good drink of water and stretch everything. Here we go. 5 seconds for 90 seconds rest. 3, 2, 1, ready, set, go. "15 seconds. Legs nice and straight, core in and tight, shoulders forward, as in protract at the scapula. That's 30 seconds, 10 left. 5, 3, 2, 1, time. Set it up first side for side plank. Ready, elbow under the shoulder, set. Up in position like so, neutral spine, straight neck. Keep the chin back. 10 seconds. That's 20, last 10 seconds. Potentially. 5, 2, 1, time. Other side. Feet stacked or in the knee stacked position. Ready, set, go. Keep it nice and tight. This is the last round. "15 seconds, halfway. Last one of these of the day, that's 20 seconds. 2, 1, time. Okay, into your back lying or supine position for glute bridge. 8 to 10 reps. Palms down. Big breath in. Exhale, here we go. Core in and tight. Squeeze those glutes. Four, all this movement's good for our hips and back. 6, making us nice and strong. 2. Great. Can roll up into that or otherwise sit up carefully with a neutral spine. Careful as we turn it over. Hands in knees position or tabletop. Breath in. Exhale, extend one side out. Hold it there, breathe in. Exhale, bring it in. 5 to 7 reps. 1. 5, 2 more. Back to tabletop. Couple of recovery breaths before the other side. Set it up, breath in. Exhale, other side out. Stay there, inhale. Exhale, bring it in. 1. Last one of these of the day. 2. 5, last 2. Great. Last exercise, number 5 of round 3, the MMA sit-up. 8 to 10 reps. Let's finish equally strong. Here we go. Set it up. Ready, set, breathe in, go. 3. 1/2 at 5. 7. 1. Good. Let's call it there. Grab some more water. My cat was cramping up there. Let's get that water in. I'll be honest with you, I had more coffee than water so far today. Let's, if you're in the same boat, let's try to change that. Last night before bed, something that really helped my sleep was rolling out with the lacrosse balls on my bedroom floor before bed. So I got myself in that scorpion position with the chest on the floor with the ball right in here. And I went from mid-chest all the way through the bicep into the forearm, back through the other side, got the outside of the hips and the 2 balls on the spine. So kind of rolled out the entire length of the spine. Did some breathing and made my bed and went to bed, and it actually was a really good strategy. That new pillow is really doing wonders, and I recommend, if you don't like your pillow, do something about it now. Don't wait. Okay, let's sit down for a change to start with our stretching. Let's get our feet back together, close to the hips. If it's hard to get them really close, that's fine. Just as close as you can while it's comfortable and your knees aren't up to your ears. Okay, sit tall, breathe in. Exhale as we gently lower those knees for a stretch in the adductors or the groin. Going hiking Friday. It's all these little things. I got my bag packed with my goggles and swim trunks and towel. I hope to get a swim in later on today, right? Let's just mix it up and use seasonal training to our advantage. Okay, one leg out. Gonna face up to the straight leg. Breathe in, sit tall. Exhale, hinge. If you are going swimming, make sure you do it maybe at a lifeguarded beach or with a buddy system with people who are prepared to respond to each other. Okay, other leg out. This is the relaxing part, right? I'm just speaking loud so you can hear what I'm saying, but in general, I'd be very quiet during this phase. Face up, breathe in. Exhale, hinge forward. Okay, and back into any kind of comfortable cross-legged position, otherwise any seated position that works for you. Sit tall, shoulders down and back, breathe in. Exhale as you bring one ear to one shoulder, stretching out your neck. Breathe into center. Exhale, other side. Breathe into center. Let's get our chest in a different position. So let's take our hands and put the fingertips away from the body behind us. Get the hands in close to the midline. Put the hands down flat if you can, if you have that range through the wrist and forearms. And then all we're going to do is walk the hips away from the hands a little bit forward and posture up. So chest comes up, shoulders back, core's in and tight. We're just getting a stretch through the biceps, front shoulder, and chest. This is the kind of range of motion we need for like a reverse plank, which, you know, I need to work on myself, but it's all that tightness in the shoulders that is something really good to address, and there's different ways to do that. Okay, coming out of that, sitting tall again, thumb down, breathe in, hand behind the elbow. Exhale as you bring that arm across, keeping the shoulders square, just feeling a mild sensation in the shoulder. And other side. We'll use the rest of the time to get everything that we can. Back to the back, we're going to stretch the glutes, so leg over, come in between here and outside, grab on, breathe in, exhale, keep that low back close to the ground as you pull in with the breath. Okay, come out of this and set it up other side. Same thing, breathe in, lay back, exhale, pull it in, hips close to the ground. Let's come out. Lying on one side, we're going to stretch out the top front of our leg, the quadriceps. Lying into your upper arm, grab the top foot, line up the knees. Breathe in, exhale, pull back gently on the foot. If you don't feel it, squeeze the glutes a little bit on the top leg. Hips forward. Great. Coming out of that and other side. Find your foot, lie into that same position. Breathe in, line up the knees, exhale, bring it back. Okay, let's do a downward dog for the calves so we don't have to go find a wall. Plant the hands, open fingers, and then let's take a plank because it'll remind us where our feet are for the downward dog. Find a good width, breathe in, exhale, push the hips back and up, gaze between the feet, chest tending towards the floor, focus on those heels going towards the ground. Also, let's walk our hands to center with one foot, and we can cross over like this because we're going to get the calves even more so in this general pike position. Okay, now center it over the other leg. Put the leg hooked on the foot hooked on the leg, and same thing. That's our lower body. Very carefully come to a kneeling position and stand up. Let's open up the stance, turn one leg to the side, bend, post up, and open this up for a stretch in the obliques and lats. Okay, turn the foot forward, and the other one goes the way we're going to hinge. Set it up, same thing. So we're getting rid of tension and working on stability and mobility for a functional, pain-free physique and a graceful aging process. Relatively so. Okay, let's heel toe it closer. Stand up and take one arm up like this, grab behind the elbow, and let's aid that hand down the middle of the back in a tricep stretch with a tight core, chin up to breathe. That shoulder range is getting a little better. This one feels a bit better. Better than all that weight that I gained and a little bit tight from sitting around earlier. I think I gained 10 pounds, right? Not the end of the world, but certainly feels uncomfortable. Other side, breathe in, exhale. Okay, that's pretty much it. The core theme was a nice contrast from all the upper body and cardio, full body stuff, the yoga. It's going to set us up nicely for the rest of the week. Also, there is another class from CFB Dockyard here at 12, I believe. And I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Hit the beach while you still can.